Hey guys, welcome back. It is your favorite Gimp of the Limp, and I am back with what's probably going to be the final video of Core Space because I was just eyeballing it, and all my characters are 2 moves or 2 turns away from the exit, depending on where they are on the board. One's here, 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 and up here. He's the farthest. It takes him 2 turns to get out, period. But these 2 down here could get out this turn if they wanted to. That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to have them conduct some attacks, and these guys try to run, and then, you know, depending on what happens, maybe some holding actions depending on what survives over here, because I do have a swarm kind of coming in, a couple of drones and a liege, and then we still have our bounty hunter friend here who's pursuing our guys, so he's going to get at least 1 attack in on us. So let's go ahead and add ourselves a pig. If I don't drop it, come on, get in there. All right, grab ourselves a card. And our card is Fascinating Artifact, Strange Object, and this is for all levels. There it is. It was always there on the floor right in front of your eyes. You pick it up and are immediately overcome by intoxicating visions. Multiple possible futures dance in your mind's eye. Keep this card and discard it during any of your trader's turns. That trader uses one of their actions this turn to communicate with the strange visions to the rest of the crew. After doing so, for the rest of the round, all traders in your crew may re-roll up to 2 dice on all assault rolls. Assault rolls. Oh, I was going to say this is guaranteed win, but assault rolls are not going to work. That's close in, and that's not what I'm doing this round. I was just thinking about it. He's got a really cool shotgun. It can do spread attacks, but it's only short range. But he picked up a grenade, and grenades will do some work. So if I have both of these guys just dump all their stuff into moving, right? Both actions, and they're effortless, getting them as far down as possible. That will get them into this general area, and then I just have to get them into some type of cover for 1 round, because I'm going to take at least 1 attack. I can't get far enough away from him for him not to be able to get at least 1 attack on one of my guys. So try to keep them all into cover from him, you know, out of range of him. And then these 2 conduct their attacks over here. That's what I'm going with. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. All right. I know I've got to get him far down here. I know our big man, Bob here, Bob Chibs, he's got plenty of movement space to get tucked right here. So I want him tucked there as like cover. Okay, so he's in cover, and if someone tries to come around this corner, whatever survives over here that comes around the corner, he can get onto him, and he can do like a holding action. So he goes there. Now, key question is where I'm going with these guys. I'm thinking Mac goes here because he can be in cover from there, right? And he can do a shot, but he's not going to shoot at the drones. Instead, he's going to shoot at the liege, right? He takes his shot at the liege while the captain moves up, and his best bet is to hope to survive because he's going to have to take cover on this side, I think, right? Throw his grenade at the 2 drones and try to kill the drones. That way, if his grenade kills the drones and Mac here is able to kill the liege, that wipes out that attack, and then the next turn they can just pull out. So it's really how far he's coming down, and he has plenty of space. If I dump everything into movement, that's 6. And we get him to there, and I can get up to, I want him somewhere in cover. Let's see, it doesn't matter if I put him right about here, that's still plenty that if I dump everything into movement on the following turn, he can still get out. So as long as they're like at this level, this line right here, they'll be able to dip on the following turn. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. So, well, there's no better place I can put him. I would go this side, but those guys are in the way. I need to leave room for him. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll dump him here. And my thing is, I'm not as worried about them. I'm worried about him because he's going to get 1 attack off. So I'm worried about that. Okay, so they're activated. Now let's go with Mac here. Mac's going here, and the captain's going to be going here, and we'll do both of their attacks, is what I'm thinking. Yeah, so I need to have Mac. He's tucked right into the corner, peering around it to shoot at the liege, because he's got to get the closest so he can get him. And damn, he's going to eat a piece of that grenade. He's going to eat a die of that grenade. That's some punk. Well, yeah, if I get both the drones, they're both in that square. So if I say it's that square right there, let's see, 1, 2, he'd be just out of range right there. But it wouldn't matter anyway, because it would only be one die. He's got armor and he's in cover, so the grenade couldn't hurt him regardless anyway, so it'd be fine to do that. Yeah, he'd be fine there. All right, so we're gonna have Mac fire, and unfortunately this is going to increase our level, but that's not gonna matter because we should be out of here soon anyway. Boom. He is firing his big boy gun, and I was at first thinking of using that to attack both of these guys, and I was like, you know, I might be able to position in such a way to get the primary attack on both, or at least a 2-die attack on the other, but doesn't matter anyway because he's just targeting a single. And that guy only has 1 armor, so this should be pretty easy to take him out. Yes, he's good. That liege has ceased to exist. Boom. Half our plan is done. Now part 2. And part 2 was this grenade here. Unfortunately, I took the smaller of the 2 grenades, but this is a discard item. You can tell by that little symbol up in the upper left of it, or rather just the top of it. So I'm positioning that in such a way that it's hitting the square that both of these little drones are in. So they're each going to take a 4-die attack. And depending on the range, Mac, like I said, is eating 1-die attack, but it doesn't matter because a 1-die attack, even a perfect one, can't hurt him in the position he's in. So nothing to worry about. So first 4-die attack, and I just need 2 on each one of these guys. First one, got him. All right, second one. Come on, big money. Let's go out with swinging here. Got him. Oh, I was so panicky there for a second. I was like, no, don't miss. Oh, this is how my guys always roll. Bullshit. But we were able to grenade both of these drones, and technically part of Mac, but he ate the explosion. So that takes care of our guys. I think we've killed everything that's on the board right now. Yeah, we've killed it all. When it comes to the firstborn, we've wiped them out. So it's just the stuff that's coming in, which is going to be 2 drones and a guaranteed leash and a potential for one of these fellas. All right, so guaranteed leash, 2 drones, and we roll for this fellow, which really isn't going to change my course. None of those, so you guys do not get to see one of these pop in, but these guys are when things actually really start to pick up. They are cool, but they have 2 guaranteed armor. They do 4 die attacks at close range and 3 ranged attacks. They are brutal. All right, drones. First drone. You gotta be kidding. I'm not rolling that one anymore, man. That one is fudging with me, I'll tell you what. All right, second drone. One is way over here. That's not gonna be a problem. And our liege is going where? Our liege is going 6. That is perfect because that is as absolute far away as he can possibly. Oh my God, I just saw this. I've had a drone back here the whole time and I completely forgot about that guy. We'll say he moved up. So he went to there. God, I completely forgot that drone was there. I gave him a couple extra inches of movement, but I don't think it's gonna matter at this point. Sorry, buddy. I couldn't see, and your paint scheme kind of blended in back there. My apologies. So technically we do have 3 drones on the board. They appeared at each side, which is kind of thematic, you know, as they're getting their way out, but too late for them to do anything. And we still have our bounty hunter coming forward after he had messed up Zane. I love you, Zane. Sorry you died, buddy, or were wounded severely, but I'm not even going to roll for his movement. He's definitely going to move down on these guys and take a shot with his 2 actions. He's here. Where he can get to the other side of this. Yeah. Where are we going to put him? Doesn't really matter where he goes there. He's going to be anyone he's targeting. That's why I was so key about tucking him behind this console, him behind this console, and him behind there in hopes it would be successful here so these guys would all be in cover. All right, and I was trying to find it and I couldn't, but his weapon has the flamethrower special ability. It causes fire, and I've got some tokens out to represent that, but I can't remember the specific rules for it off the top of my head. I'll have to look later, but we're not going to worry about it too much. I do know it causes a damage tick on the next round, guaranteed, and since I only think they're in the game one more round after this anyway, doesn't really matter for us. They'll take 1 damage. I just need them not to die. Since all the targets are the same, doesn't matter. He's definitely within range of all of them. They all have the same armor and they're all in cover, so it doesn't matter who he's going to fire at. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to see who he targets. So who are you going for, Mr. Bounty Hunter? You are going for 1, and you're targeting Big Blue, which makes sense. He's going to roll his 3-die attack. Let's see if we can get it through. No, it blocks it. Armor and cover. Perfect. That is exactly what I needed. Sorry, Mr. Bounty Hunter, you were not collecting your payday today. All right, brings us back to the end phase. We'll throw in another peg, which isn't going to matter because I finally got my guys out. All we have to do is survive this next card. Make sure there's nothing bad popping up. See, we're at aware. The nearest exhaust or wormhole to a trader vents toxic gas. Any non-firstborn, non-machine character within 3 squares of it loses an action this round. The only exhausts are decorative, just on the corner of the board. I didn't have them for any game purposes, but I just thought they looked cool. So within 3 squares, but these guys are firstborn, so it's not going to affect them at all. Sorry, buddy, not going to work for you. And that brings us to our turn, at which point all my guys have enough movement and actions to bring us to the exit, and they have left the facility. So I gotta say, that was a fun little game. I am happy to have played that and expanded upon my story. I think this what I've been doing, and now again, this is just me. This is me talking my junk, right? It's to each their own. But this to me is the funnest part of Core Space, is to have that narrative campaign. Whether you're the one that likes to play it as it's written in the books themselves, every expansion, every single expansion that comes with Core Space comes with a couple of missions in it. If it's a small expansion, it'll be a couple little side missions you can do. If it's, the game book itself, it'll have a whole campaign in there you can play. So I've got a campaign for the first one. I've got a campaign for the second one. I've got the expansions that have all the lists of missions in there. And what I do is I use those to get map ideas of how I'm going to set the map up, because I wouldn't know intrinsically how to set this up in a fair way that's going to fit the board nice and thematically like this. So I might pick a map like this to lay out, but then use that in correlation with my own mission. And I've just been seeing my guys go on, and as they've done this, Gimpy and his crew here have escaped from prison. They've raided a ganger hideout to rescue a crew member. They've been attacked by a bounty hunter and lost one of their members. They picked up a new alien member in trying to escape the bounty hunter and the Purge and the Galactic Corps that were all after them. They ended up finding this secret portal that transported them to a whole new section of the galaxy where they were fighting guys that they'd never seen before, these machines and alien creatures. So they had to find a secret key so they could activate the console and escape. And now they've found their little shuttle, which I'm going to take and incorporate into the next game I play with this. And they've escaped out, and now they've got to come up with a plan, maybe to either attack the bounty hunter, kill him, whatever. Maybe they need to take out the key king firstborn bad guy so they can gain access to the portal so they can go back and rescue their original captured crew member. See, that's what I like about this so much is it's expansive. It's so easy to play it however you want to play it and just to make it your own game and just to have fun with it. You know, that's my biggest thing is I don't have to worry about playing the rules perfectly. I make a little mistake here, mistake there. It's all about having fun with the game at the end of the day. Watching my crew grow, my favorite little crew members here, my robotic ones. And I was talking to a buddy of mine. I was begging him, saying, hey, man, see, because he had bought Core Space and him and his buddies don't play it as much. I was like, look, see if you have Core Space, the Rogue Purge expansion. If you've got it, I'll buy it from you. You know, I want it very much badly because I want a whole crew of mechs. I'll come up with some storyline. Maybe the firstborn turn the captain in blue and Chibs here into mechs, and now they're doing it that way. Yeah, at the end of the day, though, I absolutely cannot recommend Core Space enough because they give you so much, especially with the expansions that come, not with the game, but the expansions that are available for the game, for you to be able to play it any way you want. There's so many avenues, so much creativity. Like I said, solitaire play, cooperative play, competitive play. And truth be told, I think this game stands out as a cooperative venture. Solitaire cooperative is relatively the same thing because you can play your crew. You can play against other traders and try to steal gear from them and stuff like that. But I think it stands out much more as this just narrative story you can play out. And like I've pointed out before, the game components themselves, if you're into other tabletop experiences, something like 5 parsecs from home, bam, right there, buying just a core set for this. Now you can play 5 parsecs from home and you have enemies, you have crew members, you have whatever you need to have your own games with that. All the stuff right there, your minis, you're set to go. And just in case you haven't seen it, this is the one that I'm talking about. It's from Modiphius Games. It's just a rule set to use, and it's set very similar to Core Space, you know, space sci-fi tabletop game, but it's got all the narrative stuff in there to have a solitaire campaign. And I think in ways to, instead of creating it yourself, kind of like I've been doing, some charts and tables and stuff, so it can kind of happen more thematically with less knowledge on your part of what you're going to be fighting. So definitely one to check out. But yeah, again, I can't recommend it enough. I love this game. It's one of my all-time favorites that I've ever had on the board. I've had so much fun with this one, and I'll continue to have fun with it because this is one that I will never get rid of. I will always break it out on the table. Now, speaking of which, there was a expansion that I pre-ordered so many months back, the Trader Post. That one is coming out, so I'm going to have that. And what I'm thinking for the next one is something incorporating that and the shuttle that I showed in some of these previous videos. Let me know what you think. If you've got some ideas of how this story can carry on, of how Gimpy and his crew of aliens and robots can further progress throughout this area of space, something that incorporates in that trader camp, the shuttle, the bounty hunter still chasing them. Then also, I haven't even gotten into the big baddies for Core Space because I have that Gates of Ryza expansion and the other one that came with the Fury of the Insane God. It came with the Kickstarter itself for Firstborn. So I've got 2 big bads that I can incorporate into this as well that I'd like to do for another game. So yeah, definitely put it down below. Maybe they go to the trader encampment and they need some type of supply that they can use against the Firstborn, something along those lines, and it gets attacked by the first big bad, and then they've got to go kill the second big bad to be able to get back to their side of the galaxy. Ooh, and actually, I just had a thought that it'd be big, but it'd be cooler than hell if I could pull it off. A game where I have like everything going on. everything. I'm talking my crew has to go in and do whatever extreme mission I come up with, but have the Firstborn there, have the Purge there, have bounty hunters there, have the worms there, have the Galactic Core there, have some gangers there. We'll bring them all out and have them all go to war and just see who the hell wins. But yeah, okay, I'll stop yapping. You guys definitely put your thoughts down below. Let me know what you guys think. And I will be adding some marks, by the way. And just in case you guys don't know, these little colored in spots here have to do with your characters. And that's the one drawback to machine characters like this, is their career thing fills up. They might get points they can put in towards these skills, but they don't have the ability to gain like extra health like some of these others do, right? So Chibs can get more, Blue can get more, the Captain, of course, can get more. But as you see, and this is something I really would like to get, if I fill out some stuff, I can get a new action point. So it can get to where the Captain has 3 actions. So he has literal 3 actions instead of just the effortless. So 3 actions plus the effortless. That would kick ass for the Captain. All right, but that's going to be it for this one. I do hope you guys enjoyed the series. It was a blast. I love it. Can't recommend it enough. Core Space, Firstborn. Definitely go check it out if you guys haven't. And like I said, put your thoughts down below. You guys take care. I'll see you in the next one.